333 deactivation is a key milestone for the deactivation and remediation contractor and for the Paducah site because it's our first major undertaking of process building deactivation and moving us towards a demo-ready status for a very large facility here at the Paducah site, one of the 4 largest facilities on site.
The reason this project is complex is we're dealing with some very, very large equipment. The pre-planning to deal with components like this has got to be spot on.
There are just under 500 converters here in the C333 process facility. A number of those have already been cut loose from their process cells. The vast majority still have to be removed or disconnected from their associated cell. Just to give you an idea of the scale, it takes an overhead crane to move these into the area, and they may weigh 70,000 pounds.
The material sizing area was constructed to allow us to take our converters, segment them, to basically allow us to get those converters out of the facility. The area that we cleared out is roughly the size of a football field. We basically had to clear out a section of the building to allow us basically to work. You know, the building was completely full of process gas equipment, so getting it cleared out and then all the segmentation equipment brought in and installed. And again, that's just to allow us to take that equipment apart and just basically creating a workspace here in the building.
As we work through deactivation, this is a key milestone, segmentation of the converters through this material sizing area. This team's been working together for several months now, the crew in the field, working through the processes. The converters are plasma cut loose from the associated systems. They're then transported to the material sizing area by overhead crane. They're lowered into the dust collection system and placed onto the roller stand, at which time they're strategically segmented in order to remove the outer shell and gain access to the internal components of the converter, at which time the internal components are removed, where they are then compacted, further packaged, and then staged at a storage yard here on site.
The most important part of planning for the material sizing operation is ensuring that this work can be performed safely. That's from the initial planning of the activity all the way through close out of the project, is ensuring every step of this can be performed safely and compliantly.
This crew recognizes that safety is chief among all of their priorities during these stand-up of the material sizing area activities. They're thinking about it from the time that they walk into the pre-job briefings in the morning, and we end each day with a post-job briefing where we collect that feedback from the workers, from the activities that they were involved in throughout the day. Workers involved with the material sizing area project make sure that things are done right the first time, each and every time.
The employee feedback is critical for 2 reasons. One is, again, to make sure we can perform the work safely, and then 2 is to help us work through the challenges that dealing with this kind of equipment poses. Getting the workers involved in the process and us identifying the most efficient and safe ways to perform the segmentation.
There's a lot of rigor that goes into preparing for new operations like this, between the design, the construction, the acceptance testing, the readiness, and so forth. And it's just been a huge undertaking for the project as a whole. It's meant a lot to the stabilization, deactivation organization, as well as all of the other organizations for our project. It's taken every worker in some way to support the material sizing area stand-up for our